All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with Team Liquid's Hero against I Am Fenix. No, I'm not Fenix, but his team name is I Am Fenix. We're going to be going into game number 1 between these two players. And you know what's funny about this, Jake? Fenix, a foreigner, going to a Korean team. Hero, a Korean, going to a foreigner team. Who do I root for?
I know, it's so hard to decide. I mean, we have two phenomenal players here. Fenix being on maybe one of the best streaks of his career as of recent. And then we have Hero, who is just a phenomenal player. Like, just nothing about it. He's just so good.
Yeah, I can't wait because, you know, I'm really looking forward to Fenix's play. I've been friends with him since the Brood War era. And, you know what? It's great to see him having so much success in StarCraft 2. And his style is really the one I love to watch. I really feel like he's an inspiration to a lot of players, newer players especially, that want to stress their microing and their macroing as much as possible. It's like, hey, go look at his replays and just see his mechanics and how he's doing things.
Right. I mean, we have Fenix. He's a very I would label him as like a hyper-aggressive Terran player.
Yeah,
like he's kind of toned down a little bit from being in Korea and focus on other aspects of his gameplay, but that's what his main focus was. So I haven't seen him play as of recent, so this will be my first time seeing him go in, but yeah, he's going to go up against Liquid Hero.
Yeah.
Guy is a total beast.
He is a total beast, and I'm looking forward to see how Fenix does. It does look like he's not taking the gas just yet, so probably some sort of one racks expand. Yeah, we can see that the barracks is rallied all the way over here towards the natural, so it's almost always going to be a fast expansion, and I like this on a map like Antiga Shipyard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long rush distance, so it's always safe to go a 1 racks expand on this map. You could drop a bunker so the first stalker gets to you and can't do any real damage or harass.
Yeah, and dropping that bunker, it's just a very direct route. It's a, you know, unidirectional route, so it has to go. If you want units to go past into the main, you have to go through this narrow entry. That's why you just stick a bunker there. You're absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah. Also, what I like seeing people do on this map is actually using Reapers and stuff. Like, Reaper scouting is actually really good on this map.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's a very small main, so you can almost get 1 Reaper into the main, and you're set. You can see everything they're doing. So a lot of times players don't leave that Stalker behind because the Reaper stuff kind of died out. You don't see it as much as you used to.
It's sad, man. I mean, I don't know why. Actually, QXC kind of popularized it at endgame a little bit.
Yeah. But
definitely not in early game. It's quite sad to see it ever since that Nitro Pack nerf happened. But, you know, I think it's for the best, really. Maybe not. I mean, it's changed TVZ quite a bit.
Yeah. Darn.
But nevertheless, we do have a very fast expansion coming out from Hero. He's actually gone for a 20 Nexus, going a Nexus before any of those units, then finally chrono boosting out some units. You know, it's interesting to see. He's probably going to have to hard defend against... No, actually, he won't have to hard defend. Excuse me. I figured he would have had to hard defend and just get a ton of units right now. But he knows that, hey, my opponent hasn't taken either of the gas. He's gone for that expansion. I can do this very, very safely. I don't have to worry. I can kind of focus on my economy right now.
Exactly. And, you know, we see that 3 racks is coming down from Fenix, which is, I think, the standard play. I think this is turning into the standard TVP opening. You 1 racks expand, you go to 3 racks, then you start adding factories and go straight to that starport.
Yeah. And now, of course, I always say this every TVP, what's going to be interesting is whether or not he gets the upgrades and in what fashion. A lot of times we see 3 main branches, I should say. There's going to be the add-ons route where you get a lot of upgrades and a lot of units out early on, and you're just producing so much. Or there's the, you know, medevac route, which we've seen actually Demusum play a lot of that type of style. Demusum will be playing today. So I'm interested to see where he goes with this. We do see just 1 add-on. There's the second on a reactor going down, and it looks like he's not going to be putting down a fast factory. So it will be indeed just in add-ons and a lot of tech type of route.
Yeah, we do see that 3 gateways is up for Hero, and also Warp Gate's about to finish, and I wonder if he's going to do a little 3-gate pressure. A lot of times pros like to put some pressure with some Sentry and some Stalkers, so I'd be curious to see whether he does that or he just focuses pretty much on like tech. You know, going straight for those Colossus or some kind of... Wow, a Stargate being thrown down. Didn't see that coming.
That is really, really interesting to get the Stargate of all things. We don't really see a Stargate timing at this point in time, but, you know, both these players might be playing a lot together. It could be just that he's hard countering some sort of, you know, impending medevac play. You know, he's just trying to get that ability to go around the map and get those Phoenixes out, be able to take out those medevacs, and then just lift everything that comes up. But I'm not sure completely. I'm interested to see if he goes something like Void Ray off of this even too.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really late Stargate.
Yeah.
You know, a really late Stargate. Usually if we see a Stargate, they rush for it. But this is very delayed. We do see that one Stalker's trying to take out an entire Terran force. It's a little poking. If he has concussive shells, though, that Stalker's not going to have a long lifespan.
No, it won't. It won't at all. Looks like Fenix finally going up to the 3 barracks with all the associated the associated add-ons. He's also adding a 4th barracks, a little bit interesting, and has gone for the upgrade, getting the starport out right now. It's going to come in around the 10-minute timing where the first medevacs come out, but we already see Phoenixes being made. And he's going to have the ability to really, really check out what's going on. You can see the first Phoenix is getting inside the base and just checking out what's going on. Phoenix actually putting out missile turrets beforehand. I'm not sure if he saw the Stargate. Yes, he did. So he did see the Stargate, and that's just a preemptive defense against anything that could potentially happen.
You know, I'm not so sure about this Phoenix play. Like,
yeah.
To me, it's like he's doing it to scout, but if he was going to do that, it would just been a way better investment just to get hallucination.
I agree. That exact same thing. The hallucination is...
He's continuing to make Phoenixes, but I'm just not so sure how it's going to pay off. It is going to help him defend any kind of drop play, but in the actual battles, it's not going to play that big of a role.
Yeah, correct. Well, as soon as I see Phoenixes, I just say to myself, okay, go Phoenixes, that's fine. I'll go ahead and get at my Ghost Academy and make EMP you like once or twice, and you're completely useless. Right? Because as soon as the Phoenixes lose all their energy, what can they do? They're just giant meat shields, you know?
Right, exactly. You do see that hero from Team Liquid is chrono boosting his forge, getting that armor upgrade, and you know, armor upgrade is something that people have been doing as of recent. Not really worrying about the attack upgrade so much in PvT, but really focusing on that armor upgrade for those charge lots.
Yeah, and it makes them just so powerful because charge lots do have good DPS. Well, Zealots have good DPS. The whole big thing about them is their ability to go ahead and close up onto their opponents. And if they have a lot of time, a lot of life, that is, and of course that charge, it makes it so much easier. They become so deadly at this early game stage, and that gives like a little boost for Protoss at this point in time where they can go and take premature expansion. They can go and save up also a lot of gas and put all that towards upgrades.
Right. We do have a 3rd base that was actually just canceled by Fenix. He canceled his command center.
Yeah.
And then rebuilt it after the command center was already like, I want to say 60+% done.
It probably was an accident, I think. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Maybe
might
he
have
just
been
didn't want to lose that SCV.
Yeah, it might have been that. The Phoenixes are just roaming around the place. And you know what? These Phoenix are really shutting down Phoenix's style of play. I mean, Fenix loves to do that heavy medevac, almost like the Puma-esque style where you got a ton of medevacs and you're just roaming all around the map, making a lot of problems for the Protoss player. But that's not happening at all because these 5 Phoenixes are being so active. You can see actually a medevac, just as I said, that going along the right-hand side. And I'm telling you, this medevac doesn't have a lot of chances. As soon as it goes in, it's a suicide mission. Those Phoenixes are going to be all over that one medevac, killing it ASAP.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about dropping. Like, anytime I see mass Phoenixes, I don't even worry about dropping because there's no chance of saving those units.
Yeah.
Like, it is a suicide mission from the start. What I do love from Hero, though, is he already has 2 Archons in his army composition. So those things are so beefy at this stage of the game when Terran doesn't have all those upgrades and stuff to really combat them. That 350 shield just means so much.
Yep, I completely agree. We're going to see that Hero is gearing up to just hard defend against this impending attack. You see the drop coming in the right-hand side, and it looks like, yes, it will be cleaned up very easily. The Phoenixes are going to get over here. There are 3 Phoenixes inside here. Is it going to go down? The medevac is going to unload. Yes, it will. And it looks like it's going to be enough DPS to take out that one medevac, and there it goes down. That's what we were talking about before. It's just gosh, it's just so harsh on your opponent. Oh my gosh. Looks like Hero's going up for the attack. Zealots are going to be sprinting up first. Of course, there's just not enough DPS. There's the huge surround with the force fields. Archons are untouched, and those are the big problems. They deal so much damage. Oh my goodness. And Fenix complaining a little bit, but still, oh, good grief. It just looked like there's too many units for Hero, and Hero's just going to clean everything up.
Wow, I don't even know what to say about that attack. It was just, it hit him, and he looked like he didn't even react to it in time. He says there's lag, but you know, lag's on both ends.
Yeah.
Lag's not just for one player.
But that's going to be GG. And Fenix really falling short in that last game.
Yeah.
It was just like he just didn't have enough stuff to deal with the just how much units he had, or excuse me, just did not have enough DPS to deal with all of those Zealots, all of those Archons. Just looked like he was so far behind his opponent.
I think not leaving units there to defend his third that he was trying to build, and then I think he accidentally canceled it. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It's questionable either way, whether it was an accident or he just wanted to try to save an SCV.
But really, like, I don't know, having that forward position and then also dropping at the same time and expecting to win the huge battle when obviously you have all your units scattered all over the place, it was just kind of silly, especially going against a style like that where, you know, the 6 gate gets you so much power at that mid-game stage.
It does.
The beginning of the mid-game stage, where really Protest takes complete map control. I don't think that was the correct decision, and regardless, you know, even if there were latency issues or whatever it might be, Fenix just did not play the right style.
You know, even though there was latency issues or something, he still had that middle control tower. He saw him coming in plenty of time to react to it, and he just didn't until it was like too late to where he was like already committed to the attack kind of thing. Like Zealots were already on him, and he already had the Archons there, and the force fields already went up kind of thing. So it looked like he was still just focusing too much on that little drop or doing cutesy stuff instead of actually focusing on the main battle.
Yeah, it's quite a shame, but nevertheless, we're going to head into the second game of Fenix versus Hero. We're going to be back after the short break. Guys, stay tuned.